Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I am working through my mass makes. I am really thrilled that you guys stuck with me during my voice issues. I'm not totally better yet, but I think I'm on the mend. And so I thought I would come down here and we would get day 73 done. I am doing self-tucking envelopes, I think that is what they call them. And it looks like an envelope, see? And for me, this is a great, it's like almost like a fancy fold for a piece of journaling paper for you to stick in, and you tuck it into a pocket or you clip it to a page and you unfold it, you write something in there, and then you fold it back up and it's like a little secret pouch of something that you want to write. So what you're going to need is some paper that you can cut down into squares, or you could use square paper for this if you've already got some. I might pull out, these aren't a big decorating item, I feel like. So we'll have to see how that goes, but, it's either going to be a really short video or, I'll be pulling out some more paper and figuring out what to do with I do have a drink. My throat is still a little scratchy. So I apologize for that. But, all right, so let's just jump right into this. Basically, what you're going to need to do is, as you can see, these are some of my background papers for my spooky kit, or kits, as the case may be. What I'm going to do is we're going to make squares out of these. I have already trimmed the white border off of the sides that it was necessary. This end is going to get cut off anyway, so I didn't bother with that. Basically, what you're going to do, if you have a rectangular piece of paper that you want to do this with, you're going to fold it in an angle at its edge. Or I should say on an angle to its edge. And you're just going to go right like that, okay? And that's going to give you a square. All right, you're basically saying, I need this side to match that side, so I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to cut the excess off that doesn't fit the size of my square. Okay, so this end comes off. The nice thing about doing this is, if you're picky about which corner you wanted this to be or whatever, then I would pay attention to which way I folded it. I didn't pay attention for this one, so we're just going to go with what we got. You actually need, if you have a square piece of paper already, you're actually going to need to do this diagonal fold. So if you start with a square, you still want to make this diagonal fold. So that's kind of convenient. Then what we're going to do is we're going to unfold it, and you're going to fold this corner, your bottom corner, whatever you want the bottom of your envelope to be, up to the center spot. Okay, you're going to put the point on the, just shy of the crease. Remember, we don't ever want to interfere with our folds. So you're going to put that point just shy of the crease, and you're going to fold that. Okay, we're not doing any gluing on these. All right, and then we're going to fold that up. Okay, once you've folded that triangle up, fold that middle crease that you made, fold that crease back up. Okay, so you should have a little triangle like this. All right, now you're going to fold in, and you want to fold past the edge of these triangles. So this little lip on your triangle, you're going to fold that in a little bit. Not a lot, it just has to be a little bit. So I'm going to fold it in on this side, and I want to get, see how it just comes over there? I've got a little bit of a triangle there. And then you're going to try and match it on this side. Same amount. So that looks to me like about here. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not, getting out a ruler and trying to measure that or anything. And you're going to push that over. Make sure it's straight along the bottom and fold this side. Okay, and then we get this nice little envelope. Now the self-tucking part comes where you tuck this or this, whichever side you want to tuck. You tuck it inside here. Okay? And that's going to hold your envelope together. There you go, all done. Get your folds all creased and everything down, and your envelope is all together, and then all you would do is fold your top down and voila, envelope. Now the nice thing about these is there we go. Cute, right? The nice thing about these is basically you take this and you untuck it and you unfold it, and you've got a nice piece of journaling paper here, and then you just fold it back up and clip it back into your book, and your whatever you wrote or whatever is all hidden up inside there and tucked away. Okay, and then I would slip this in a pocket or clip it to a page, just because it would be easier to then take it out, unfold it, and write on it, right? I mean, technically, you could glue this down to a page and then unfold it on the page, write on it, and fold it back up if you really wanted to. So this could go down as a little pocket or something. If you glued here, tuck something behind it, you could still, if it was glued down, you can still get to all the spots you need to unfold this. Okay, even if you glued this back rectangle down. So you can glue it in if you want to. All right, having said all of that. All right, there we go. Let's go through that folding process again. This is actually a nice size. If you want it to be a little more squat, you might bring in your, you might bring these wings in a little further. And maybe we'll do that on the next one just to see. But I'm going to put this one off to the side and we'll do the next one. Okay. So what I was talking about before was, remember how I said that crease was necessary? Do I want my crease going this way, in which case my flap is either this? Or do I want my crease going this way, in which case my flap is either this or this? I actually think I'm going to do it this way. And we're going to make our square again. Now my squares are coming out to be, I'll tell you how big these are so you know how big, because I cut borders off and I don't know how wide the borders were. So my square is coming out to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches. So I guess my borders took off about ½ inch. It's a little shy of 8 inches actually. That's how big this is. Maybe if we get all my 8-inch, all the ones I coffee dyed yesterday, if we get all of them done, I'll bring in some of my 6x6 paper and we'll do a few of those. And you can see because these can be small too. And 6x6 piece of paper, when you unfold it, I mean, that's a good page to journal on. Okay. Now I think I'll go like this. So we're going to fold our tip up to the center line without interfering with it. Okay. And then we're going to fold this up. Okay, now what I was talking about before is you can make these flaps go in a little further if you wanted to, if you wanted your envelope to be more narrow. Just make sure that you try to get them both the same. Okay, so this one's going to go in like that. I think that's about right. Is that about the same? That looks about right. And then, of course, you're going to do your tucking. So I tuck one inside the other, and there we go. Okay, and then I'm going to fold my flap shut. Now, you don't have to, just because this, I don't have to fold it all the way down to that. I can just fold it to here. I'll make it a little bit further down. Fold it like that. Okay. And then my envelope is a little more square this time. Okay. You can see the difference in shape. It's all going to depend on how far you bring your folds. You just have to make sure your only minimums are you make sure that everything closes. Okay, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. You definitely need these two to overlap. So you have to bring them in at least far enough to overlap. And this, like I said, you have to bring it down. I don't know why that one's so close and this one's so far, but anyway. There's another one. Okay, let's do this one. And I'm going to, I don't know that this one matters. I'm going to pull it like this, I think. Okay, I'm not going to cut this. So while I've been sick, well, I mean, you saw me come in and get you guys a few videos out. I actually kind of, now that I've done it a couple of times, I kind of like setting up the assembly line. Because you know me, guys, sometimes I struggle to chat. So sometimes it's nice to just say, okay, I'm going to... You guys will have to let me know in the comments if you're okay with that. When I've shown you a mask make or I've shown you how to do something and I say, okay, I'm going to make a whole bunch of these. Enjoy the music while I go through it. You have to let me know if you're okay with me doing that, because I might do that in more of the assembly line style videos. Okay. But while I've been doing my resting, so to speak, I've been watching TV. My son, my second oldest, my son, has been watching videos with me, or TV with me, and he kind of he looks at me and he laughs and he says, "Mom, you don't finish one series," because we have streaming, so I can watch whatever, whenever. And he's like, "Mom, you don't finish one series before you start another one." And I'm like, well, I mean, because, I mean, not for nothing. I come from the day of TV, excuse me. Excuse me about that slurping. I come from the day of TV when, I don't think I didn't. See how crooked that is? Those are not folded even. All right, I'm going to see if I can fix that a little bit. Let's pull this one back a little bit. Is that better anyway? I don't know. Anyway, I come from the era when, you know, I used to watch my TV shows weekly. So I would wait. And every week during the week, you know, Monday would be different shows than Tuesday, would be different shows than Wednesday, you know, like that. And so I'm used to watching multiple series at a time, if that makes sense. Because you would watch them, you know, oh, Monday night. I have ghosts, guys. Whoa. I don't know if you guys heard that scream, but I don't know what they're doing up there. Anyway, but I mean, like I said, I come from the era where, you know, you watched shows weekly. So on, so on Tuesday, I might watch an episode of NCIS. On Wednesday, I might watch an episode of Criminal Minds. And, you know, Thursday, maybe Thursday is There used to be a show on, a remake version of Hawaii Five-0. We used to watch that. You know, and you would watch them weekly. They would air every week during prime time. That was primetime TV, right? So watching different series all at once, like watching a couple episodes of a series and then saying, you know what, I'm going to watch something different tonight. He's like, why don't you just finish, whatever it was I was watching? Why don't you finish this? I'm like, because I don't want to watch that tonight. And he's like, I don't understand. So it's funny listening just because they've, grown up in the era of, and what's funny, they actually haven't, but I mean, my kids weren't when they were younger and streaming wasn't a thing. And, we had satellite TV or, you were still watching TV based on what day of the week it came on. There weren't really a lot of shows that they watched regularly. They were usually wanting to play video games or, like that. They weren't TV watchers. So he's always so funny. He's just like, Mom, why don't you finish watching? But what I've been watching since I've been sick, I started watching Elementary again. It was another rendition of Sherlock Holmes. I don't like all the renditions they put out of Sherlock Holmes. I liked Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't know the actor's name. It was I can watch it on BritBox, I think. He's on BritBox. And I can't remember his name. If somebody said it to me, I would say, yeah, that's it. But I can't remember his name. It's an older version. I liked him. It's funny to watch all the different versions of Holmes's personality. Now, of course, this one with, what's his name? Johnny Lee Miller, I think, is a little more on the edgy modern side. So they've done that. But it's not bad. I like it. So I'm rewatching it. I watched its first run through when it was out on TV. Let's see. And I've been watching it, and I started it while I was sick. Because there was one day while I was sick where all my muscles were real weak, and I was real tired, and I wasn't getting up and doing anything. I didn't make dinner. My kids were on their own for like food and stuff. And I vegged out in front of the TV and just started the series and watched a whole bunch of it. I'm somewhere in the mid to end of season 1. Like the first few seasons had a decent amount of episodes in them. And I think I'm on like episode 18 or something like that. And there's 24 episodes in a season. So I thought I heard my older daughter up there, and I'm looking at the clock, and it's not time for her to be home. But yeah, my husband is home, and he gets with the dog, and they get all wound up, and lots of noise ends up going on in my living room. So I apologize if there's a lot of banging and barking and whooping and hollering. And I've heard some in the last couple of videos, a lot of banging anyway. And I'm like, wow, they do make a ruckus up there, don't they? Okay, this one wasn't folded evenly. The other way you can tell is when you're folding these, the little bit that folds down here, if it's not the same, but your piece is straight, then you didn't fold these over the same amount. I mean, and it, like I said, it's not the end of the world. It's just, it won't be even. And really, you got nothing to go by as far as whether it's straight. So, okay. All right. I got one more piece. So let me do this one. And Let's see what we get going this way. But yeah, so I've been watching that version of Elementary. I like it. I always like these shows until they decide that they need to put a lot of excess background drama in them. That's what kills a show for me. If I'm watching a detective show, I want to watch a mystery every week. I don't want to know what's going on in the home lives of the detectives and all. I'm not interested in the background drama. I just like watching the mysteries. I don't mind watching them interact with each other as they solve the mysteries and small little side stories, but I don't like it when they turn it into a thing. It drives me crazy. I'm just like, I'm watching this. If I want to watch a drama or something to that effect, I'll go watch a soap opera. I don't know. Maybe it's just me because they keep doing it. So I guess it's a formula that works. But I do also think that sometimes when they go too far with the excess side stories, that's when I notice the shows they lose viewership and start getting... See, okay, now see how wide I made that? If I don't fold this all the way down, it's gonna come short of... It's gonna sit in here. Okay? And my envelope will be open. So this is one of those ones where I might want to bring these over a little bit more. You do have to be concerned about whether or not your flap is going to cover your space. That would be the only other concern. Okay, so I put this in here, and now I should be able to fold my flap down, yeah. Okay. Like I said, I think these are great little hidden journaling spots. So you would stick this in your journal, and you'd have a nice little, you know, secret journaling thing. All right, let's see if we can put some stickers and stuff on these, and then, like I said, I'm not thinking these are too much decoration, but I like the idea of maybe putting something on the flap. I got these, which I thought might be fun. I like to put that on there like that. My hot glue gun is plugged in, guys. It's plugged in and ready. That's probably way too much glue. Yeah, I'm going to have some oozing out the sides. Okay. I like that with just a little something on the flap. Doesn't have to be a lot of decoration. And then I suppose if you wanted, you could put, you know, a little... Uh-oh. Oh, that's my daughter up there being loud. I can hear her. This gauze stuff, it's funny, it doesn't really tear all that well. If I try to tear it, it pulls. It doesn't tear. So... I'm just thinking something like that. And then put that sticker on it. Like I said, these can be simple decorations. I wouldn't necessarily go overboard with this just because there's not enough room. And then when you unfold it and you want to write on it, you don't want a lot of... you don't necessarily want a lot of stuff interfering with your piece of paper sitting flat so you can write on it. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm assuming you understand what I mean. Okay, I think the glue will work through gauze and hold that whole thing down. Okay. Just got a little glittery dot on there. I don't know if I centered that. It looks off, which is why I keep messing with it. Okay, so for this one, let's see if we can't be a little more... I do like that gauze with a sticker in front of it thing. But I'm wondering if it should just be simple stuff like labels. I'm looking for medium ones. Do we think it needs coffee or something? Or maybe it just needs to be a different color? See, this is my thing about these. Is remember I made the comment when I first started this. I don't think these are big, decorating things. And I'm wondering if that's why I'm struggling a little bit with this. Is because I feel like it doesn't... I don't know. This just doesn't seem like a decorating project to me. Okay, so we'll do that, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue under this little flappy up here. Now, you could decorate with something small like this, maybe, because there's clocks all over the place. So maybe I would put this one here. Oh, that's kind of nice. I'll do that. And we'll call that one done. Well, no, actually we won't, because I'm going to show you something else you can do with these. Okay, because these envelopes were done with, right-angled paper. Of course. Okay, so you can clip it if you want to round that spot. Okay, looks like that. And like I said, then you just unfold it and you write in it and like I said, the other thing I made the comment, if this was your paper, I might take this and just kind of, well, I wouldn't use this paper clip, but you get the idea. So I would clip this to the side of the page, and then I can take it out of the book, undo it, write on it, and then fold it back up. And I've got my secret little journaling spot. Okay. So yeah, I think that's cute. All right. That one's a keeper. I like that one. Let me see. All right. Let me see about... We get the idea about how I would decorate them. I wouldn't add a lot of decorating to these. I got these out to see if I would like the little bubbles on the ends of the envelopes. I think my problem with it is this paper, it's not really something you put glitter and shine with, so that's probably why I'm not liking that. Oh, I should put these back in their box. Okay, look what decided to follow me home. This is some paper I did. I got a while back. I got a request to do like a product review and I ordered some of their paper. I like this paper. And then this is a more grungy style paper. They say it's 160 GSM is what this says on the paper. So I thought maybe we could take one of these and make a, see how this is all like grungy patterns. So this is the same idea, but I just wanted to give you an idea of how small one of these would be. So I'm going to put this, you're going to fold your, and if you already have a square, you're going to make your center fold. Okay. Just like that. And then you're going to fold up to your crease, just like we did with the other one. Fold this up. Fold in. And then fold this side in. And again, you want to try and make it the same amount. As we've already seen, that's not necessarily, that's probably my hardest part on these envelopes, is trying to get that even with that. I know I've gone back into instructor mode. I was talking about elementary. I like the show. It ran for, I want to say there's 7 seasons out there. But again, they were, they got a little into, you know, personal stuff, and I feel like it went downhill when they made it personal. But again, that's my opinion. I don't know that that's true, but all right. But I really like the show, so that's what I've been rewatching. Okay, and there you go. That's a little one. And as you can see, by the ones we made, I mean, this was a 2-inch smaller piece of paper, so you get a littler envelope. But same idea applies. You unfold it, you write in it, and I mean, that's no slouch of space for writing yourself a note or something. The other thing I thought you could do with these is when you open them up, say you have like a little ticket or a little keepsake or something, and you've written yourself a note about something you did that day and you have a little keepsake, you could fold something up in there, and then you fold it up and you hide it in the envelope along with your message, and then you clip the whole thing with your little ticket or your souvenir or whatever. You clip the whole thing into your book. But anyway, so that's self-tucking envelopes, guys, and I think they make great little fancy fold journaling spots to clip in, tuck in, glue in to your journals. I hope you'll give these a try. I wasn't sure about them. I'm still not necessarily sold on decorating them. I would use a really nice decorative paper, make one, and then it would be its own decoration. I would probably maybe decorate this flap right here, just that one spot. Other than that, I feel like these are kind of a decoration to themselves. So that was self-tucking envelopes. I will see you guys tomorrow for day, what are we up to? 74, guys. We're almost 3/4 of the way done. I can't believe I've made it this far. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't believe it. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and have a good one. Bye-bye.